I'm Danny and welcome to my first video. I wanted to start off here because Halloween is my favourite time of year, and yeah, I have Halloween tag questions here courtesy of Anna vs. Life. The link will be in the description as well as all the questions. And I also just want to shout out to Problems of a Book Nerd because I won't be making this video if I didn't binge watch her channel this morning, because my heart says yes, you really want to make YouTube videos again, and my anxiety says no, it can only end in disaster. But yeah, all the booktubers I've been watching lately have really inspired me to actually do this. What is actually the worst that can happen? So without further ado, let's jump into the spoopy questions. So the first question is, what's your favourite horror movie? This is really difficult for me because horror movies are my favourite kind of movies. I watch them all year round, not just Halloween. But one that always sticks with me and always will, and the entire franchise and everything, it's got to be Saw. It was the first really gruesome movie I ever watched, and I love the story as well. It's got a good story and plot twists, as opposed to other horror movies that tend to just be gore, and then everyone dies or everyone lives. So definitely Saw. Question number 2, if you were in a horror movie, how far do you think you would get? I wouldn't get very far. I love being scared, but I am very easily scared. I'm not fast at running, I'm not strong, I'm not agile. Unless to survive in this horror movie, I was to hide somewhere and that would get me to the end, then yes, but otherwise, no. Question number 3, favourite scary video game. Now this one is really tricky for me because, like I said, I'm super easily scared, and as much as I love playing games and I love watching horror games, I haven't played a lot of horror games. If we're talking about viewing pleasure, it's got to be the Five Nights at Freddy's games. They introduced me to my favourite YouTuber, Markiplier. But playing wise, it's probably just got to be the official Slenderman game, because that's the one I've actually played, and it got me into horror games and got me back into watching YouTube videos again, which has been a huge part of my life. So viewing pleasure, Five Nights at Freddy's, actually played Slender. Question number 4, favourite scary story. I don't know. I mean, I'm a huge lover of Sixpence on Tumblr. All her ghost stories around Halloween. I love all of those, like the users that submit them and the ones from Reddit as well. Anything that she shares always has me gripping, and they're short stories as well, so I don't have a specific answer, but anything that Sixpence posts, she shares the good stuff. Question number 5, what's one unusual thing that you're afraid of? This is so easy for me. It's wind turbines. They're my biggest fear, paired with aliens, kind of joint first. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because they're so tall and I feel small and it's like a vertigo thing. I know they're good. I know I have nothing to be afraid of, but I'm just petrified of them. And wind turbines. Question number 6, what's your first memory of Halloween? So this is a bit of a strange question for me because my family is English. We grew up in England for 7 years, then we moved to Ireland, and then we moved to the States. We're in Scotland now though. But Halloween isn't really, well it is now, but it wasn't really a big deal in the UK when I was a kid, so I don't remember a lot from when I was really little. So my first memory is probably my 7th grade Halloween dance, because I went as a pirate and I won the Scariest Costume Award. That is the only thing I've ever won. So I know that's not as early as you'd be expecting, but it was when we moved to the States that all the Halloween-y stuff happened. Question number 7, what's your favourite Halloween memory? Right, my favourite Halloween memory has to be the 4 years we celebrated Halloween in Arizona. Just kind of all joined, my dad and my mom, all of us, we would go all out and decorate outside, and we'd have gravestones and a fog machine, and if we weren't going trick-or-treating or we'd already been trick-or-treating, we would sit in the driveway and hand out the candy, and me and my sister would put the Monster Mash on the stereo and we would dance to the Monster Mash in the middle of the street. And I don't know, there's just a lot of happy memories associated with handing out candy at Halloween for me. So that's probably the one that stands out the most for me. Question number 8, best Halloween costume you've had. I've not actually had a lot. Despite being a huge Halloween fan, Halloween parties aren't really a big thing when I've been growing up. Probably my Alice in Wonderland costume. I also went as Alice from Madness Returns one year. My sister made that costume and I reused it. So creativity wise it would be the Alice Madness Returns, but character wise it would be the original Alice in Wonderland. Question number 9, worst Halloween costume you've had. I don't really have any worst ones, they're all kind of on par with each other, but when I was younger I went as a vampire, and I just feel like because that's such a cliche thing, I'm gonna put that down as my worst. Which is scarier, werewolves or vampires? I'm trying to think about this logically, and I'm gonna have to say werewolves because if a vampire was running at me, I would just see it as a person, but if it's a massive, huge, scary werewolf, that would definitely frighten me more, so werewolves. Ghosts or zombies? It's gotta be zombies. My family has been haunted for years, like in our houses and stuff. Whether you believe that or not, that's your judgment, but the thought of a ghost doesn't really bother me. A poltergeist, yes, but a ghost, no. Zombies want to eat my brains and kill me, whereas ghosts just kind of do their own thing depending on their situation. Creepy dolls or creepy clowns? I feel like this is quite a controversial question at the moment, but it's always going to be clowns anyway. Dolls don't bother me. Clowns don't really bother me either, but if I saw a clown in the street at the moment, hell no, I'm calling the police. Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers or Leatherface? And it's got to be Freddy Krueger because The Nightmare on Elm Street was the first scary movie I ever remember watching because it starred Johnny Depp for a very brief portion of the beginning, but it stuck with me ever since, and everything about Freddy just embodies my introduction to Halloween and horror. Okay guys, so that was my 13 questions for my Halloween tag for my first video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry if it was super rambly and I seem super awkward. I'm still getting used to doing this again. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comment below. I'll leave my links to other social media in the description, and thank you for watching. Bye!